What's up, ladies and gentlemen? How are you all doing tonight? Welcome back to another episode of Phenomenal Views. I'm your host, Nick Smith, and this is my review for Gotham Season 2, Episode 3, The Last Laugh. So, this episode was pretty good. I mean, I love Gotham. This, like I said in the first season, this is just getting better and better with each episode. However, I was so disappointed at the end because I was like, no, but then the episode redeemed itself. So, this episode is pretty much talking about what Theo's plan for Gotham is. And he's talking about how he thinks Gotham needs a hero. So what he decides to do is there's this whole thing about how there's this big ball going on, or this big party, and a magician is going to be there. And that is a running gag throughout the whole entire episode. There's going to be a magician. There's going to be a magician. You like magicians, don't you, Master Bruce? No. I don't like magicians. And that's like a running gag throughout the whole entire episode, is nobody in this episode likes magicians. And, so with all that going on, Gordon and Bullock are trying to do everything they can to catch all the crazies that Theo released from Arkham. So, like, they're trying to go after Jerome, and they go and talk to his dad, who his dad, the Joker, kills. And I love this kid in Gotham. I love him so much because when him and Gordon are going face to face, he calls the Joker's like, "You son of a bitch," and he's like, "That's true, but that's not the point." And like, it's such a funny joke. I love this kid as the Joker. And him and the guy who played Gordon had some really good chemistry, too. But it's like, pretty much, yeah, like, Gordon's been talking about how, let's go talk to, or Bullock is like, we need to go talk to Penguin. Now that he's the king of Gotham, he could have some insight. So, eventually, they do end up getting to that. But because of all the stuff that has been going on, Jim isn't playing around anymore. He's not BSing anymore. Gordon is ticked because of the person that they killed. So Gordon is doing everything he can to catch all these freaks and try to bring them in, especially Jerome, because of what he did. And Lee is basically trying to get Jim to go to this thing because she realizes what this is doing to him. It's making him angry, and she is trying her best to get him to get out of the business, or get out of the office for at least a day or a night, so he can have some fun and stop blaming himself for what happened to her. And so that's pretty much what they do. And what's hilarious is, throughout the whole entire thing, Bruce, they come to Bruce and Alfred, because Alfred talks about, like, how, you know, we made an agreement. We do what you're wanting to do, and you got to do some stuff for me in return. It was like, besides, it's a clown. You love clowns, right, Master Bruce? No, I don't. And what the best part of the episode is Alfred hitting on Lee, and it is just so funny and so awkward. And especially at the end when Lee and Gordon are making out, Alfred looks at Bruce and he's like, "You knew, didn't you, Alfred? I didn't know. I swear I didn't know. You knew, didn't you, bloody?" And I was just like, that is great. That is hilarious. One of the notes I took down was, one of the things that I put down is Joker and Bruce are in the same room together. Jerome and Bruce are in the same room together, and I was like, this is awesome, this is epic. So, the Joker asks, or Jerome asks Bruce to come up to be an assistant, or to be a volunteer. Oh, and by the way, Barbara is the assistant. Hilarious, right? So, with all this happening, Bruce ends up going through one of the magician's things. Bruce walks out fine. And during, like, one of the big things, he's like, "No one's getting out of this room alive." And so, Bruce gets sawed in half, but then everything is fine. And this is when the episode gets kicked into high gear, because the Joker actually starts acting more like the Joker. He has two guns. He's spraying the mayor in the face, and nothing happens. And then he's like, "Well, clap." And I was like, I love this kid so much. This kid is the Joker. And throughout the whole entire thing, like during like the whole entire party, when the criminals are acting up, Theo comes in and he's talking about, he's having the criminals do all the bad things and he's going to clean it up. Because he's like, Gotham needs a hero that it deserves. So he's basically trying to make himself look like a hero, and the criminals, he's basically going to make himself look good. And it was a really brilliant plan, and then all of a sudden he goes out of plan, and spoiler alert, he kills Jerome. I was like, no. I was like, no, he cannot be dead. He cannot be dead. And surprisingly, he is. He is dead. And so Lee gets taken, and Barbara is like, here's what's going to happen in a year. Me and Jim are going to get back together, because me and him are one and the same. And then Lee knees her in the vagina. And golly, this episode was so intense. But the thing is with Gordon, ever since what happened to the new commissioner, I cannot remember her name, and I wish that I could. There was tape put over her office, and they were going to take it down. He's like, no, you do not put that up until all the criminals are caught. And at the end of the episode, Gordon mellows out, and they allow for it to be taken down. There's no new commissioner yet. But this episode had some good stuff because I could tell how things were going to happen. I was like, oh, for a minute there, I thought they were going to do the laughing gas thing, because that's actually one of the things that happens is Joker does use his laughing gas. Or he uses a gas that knocks out people. And I was like, he's going to lock them in this room, and then he's going to use the gas. And I was like, please let that happen. It didn't happen, but I kind of figured something was going to happen. And the fact that Joker playing a magician, I was like, this is great. This is just so great. And, golly, it was a good episode. The episodes are getting darker and darker and better, with better story writing, better character development, just better everything. Gotham Season 2 is really good. But I'm basically thinking what's going to happen is each criminal is going to be doing something, and Theo is going to turn on them and kill them to make himself look like he's actually the hero, when in fact he is their biggest villain. And they are setting up some things with Bullock and Penguin, because when they go to see Penguin, Bullock is like, I heard you did Jim some favors and now I'm wanting to cash in. And he's like, you know what? You may be the king of Gotham, but to me, you're still that guy who was holding Fish's umbrella. And he was mocking Penguin, and he's like, when I'm done, I'm coming for you, because I'm coming back to get revenge on Fish. And I was like, that is great. That is great. And they brought Selena Kyle back in. Her and Bruce had some good moments, and he's like, I miss you. And he's like, are you going to say there's a magician? She's like, I'm on the clock. I hate magicians. And I just laughed. I was like, that is hilarious. That was the best running gag of the whole episode. But yeah, guys, this episode was another good episode. I am loving Gotham even more. Oh, and by the way, Barbara is in love with Theo's sister, and like the beginning of like the episode, her and Barbara are making out, and I was like, all right, okay. And Gordon and Lee are still doing pretty good in a relationship. In the beginning of it, she was like, kiss me. And he's like, what? Kiss me. Because so she could calm him down, and so he would ease up. And then at the end of the episode, with blood on his face, he's like, kiss me. She kisses him, and I was like, that is funny. But it was even funnier, Alfred's reaction. He's like, oh, bollocks. But yeah, we get some pretty good fighting scenes with Alfred protecting Bruce, and Bruce even, Alfred's almost about to die, and then Bruce comes back in to save the day, because both him and Jerome are orphans. And so they had some really good chemistry with each other. I was like, Bruce and possibly the Joker are beside of each other. This is epic. But guys, this has been my review for Gotham Season 2, Episode 3. Put in the comments below, what did you think of this episode? Are you enjoying Jerome as the Joker? Oh, no, wait, I'm sorry. I forgot to talk about the ending. The ending shows that the Joker could still be out there, because they're showing of what he did and of his laughing, and everyone in the, like, it shows a lot of people are laughing like the Joker, and people are acting like the Joker. Because earlier in the episode, when they're talking to the Joker's father, he's like, you will be a disease in this city. And it's talking about, like, it shows them focusing on Jerome's face, and he's dead, but he's smiling. And you hear his laugh. And it just shows multiple people laughing like the Joker. And I was like, this is awesome, showing that basically the Joker might not even be in the series yet. It could be anyone. I love it, and I love the mystery. I cannot wait to see more. Guys, I hope you are having a good night. I hope you are enjoying Cinetober. I know I am. Please like this video and share it with your friends. Guys, have a good night.